What's up, OGs? Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys my take on the Puffco Proxy. Now, I'll say right off the bat, this is not a sponsored video, just a product that I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with. You maybe have one, or you might be debating on getting one. I've had this one for over a year now, so I feel like I can give you guys my take on it, my review, no strings attached, so it's not like I'm getting paid to say anything, but let's get right into the Puffco Proxy. First, I do want to take a dab out of this thing before anything, we got to get high. I got some Circle Source right here, some really good rosin. This one is called Peaches. Shout out to the homies out in Cali, killing it. When you crack open this jar and smell it, it actually smells like peaches, kind of like peach rings or something like that, but super good. Let me see if the jar is black, so it's going to be hard to see. Let me see if I can shine my phone light on this. Or I could just use my phone like I do with the close-ups normally. Here we go. There's the Peaches from Circle Source. Really nice packaging. But that's what matters, the fire in there. And just wanted to show you guys. This is what I'm going to be dabbing on today. Oh yeah, that stuff is delicious looking. Wish you could smell it though too. Oop. Alright, now let's get it going. I like the green setting. I'll get more into that, my favorite settings to use, and just, you know, my overall take on this thing, but I gotta dab first. So once it vibrates, it's ready to go. Alright, cheers everyone. Hope you're all smoking along, dabbing along. Let's go. Say right off the bat, green setting is my favorite. So if you're unfamiliar, what I meant by green setting is there's different heat settings. There's green, white, blue, and red, I believe. I think I have it on screen because I knew I was going to forget. Blue is the lowest, green is medium, red is high, and then white is the absolute, like, high is the peak. But for me, green, medium, right in the middle gives me, like, optimal flavor, because the higher you go in temperature, you're going to start losing a little bit of the flavor. But I like to get a little bit of both, a little bit of flavor, but also be able to blow a cloud and actually, like, feel the hit, you know? But wow, super tasty rosin, and the Puffco is, if you have some good rosin, it's a great way to taste test your stuff. Whatever type of atomizers they use in here, I think it's ceramic. Yeah, see, I don't even know. I should actually look that up. Yeah, so I am right. They do use a ceramic insert right here where you put your dab, and man, I really like these. It's super good flavor. I'm just gonna say it now. I think this thing is worth it. I'm gonna go into why. I think this is just under $300. I think it's like 270, something like that, depending on the smoke shop. I was just looking at the price based on the Puffco website, but yeah, definitely worth it. So I'm obviously talking to all you dabbers, especially those who like quality hash, good live rosin, live resin, whatever it may be. Now, most of you who've been following the channel, you guys know I'm mainly a flower smoker, but I still do dab, and I love dabbing. When I'm dabbing out of this thing, 99% of the time, it's gonna be when I'm on the go, because these things are super portable, and it's like the best little dabbing device that you can bring with you. I'll show you guys this case that it comes in right here. It has this little slot where, wait, I thought I had my rosin in it. You can really put anything in it, but that's where I'd like to put my rosin in, and it has like a magnetic close. There's a little slot right here for your Q-tips, because you have to Q-tip between each and every hit. It's a USB-C charger. It would come with the charger in here. You could throw that in here. I just don't have it in there right now. I think it's plugged into the wall somewhere. But my point is, this thing is super portable. You put it in this little case and you bring it with you. Like I said, I'm mainly using this thing when I'm on the go. So when I'm at home, there are sometimes I use it when I just want to take a quick dab. Like another thing I will say is this is super convenient. If you don't want to take out the rig and the torch and do that whole thing, you know what I'm saying? It's so easy just to take the Puffco, load a dab in there, hit the button a couple times, and your dab is ready to go in like 30 seconds. You don't got to use a torch or nothing like that. So if I'm at home and I'm feeling lazy, I will use it, but in my opinion, it doesn't beat like a normal rig with a quartz banger and a torch. That will always hit the hardest. It's going to be very hard for these electronic devices to replicate that, especially something like this where, I don't know why I put it in the case, I guess I was showing you guys, but especially something like this where it's smaller and it doesn't have water filtration. I do know Puffco has their devices that have the water in them, like the Peak and all that, and I have hit those, and those are super similar, even closer than this to like a regular dab, hitting it with like a rig and water and a torch, you know what I'm saying? But we're talking about this is like even smaller, more portable, and there's something also about taking a dry dab that I actually like. Believe it or not, you would think that like you need the water for like the filtration, but just like taking a comfortable size dab in here, the flavor that you get out of this thing is fucking insane. I feel like I'm kind of going all over the place, but this isn't like a pre-written video or no script. I'm just kind of like going off the top of my head. But what I'm trying to say is I'm mainly going to be using this thing when I'm on the go for its convenience and its portability. Sometimes I'll be hitting it at home if I want to take a quick dab and I don't want to use the whole torch setup. It's not going to hit as hard as a rig with a banger and a torch, obviously, because it's something small like this, but it has its time and its place. I will say that if you're comparing flavor, strictly flavor, on this thing compared to a normal banger, the Puffco might actually win, unless you have one of those devices on your bangers that can get the temperature exactly perfect where it needs to be, and you know you're getting the perfect temp. Then you can make the argument that you might be getting equal or better flavor on the quartz banger with your rig, but this thing is just so consistent. It has the set temperature settings, so when you hit it, it's gonna be that exact temperature, so there's no waiting to get it at the right temp, cooling it down, using something else. You just press the button a couple times and it's gonna be the temperature setting that's right and whatever you want. I'm gonna get myself another dab. That was so delicious. I'm craving another one. I love the hot knife. Puffco does make these. This one is from Ooze. I don't have one from Puffco, but pretty much the same thing, you know, just different brand, different company. So I just hit it twice and you can see it's on the green setting, and once it vibrates in my hand, that's when I know it's ready to go. It's so hard to beat the flavor on this thing. It tastes so good, consistently, every time. And this little thing, you see my finger on the top where I'm going up and down like that? Show you guys after this dab is done. There we go. And it vibrates when it's done and the light will turn off. So that's how you know the dab is over. You can also hit it twice again if you have a little bit of wax left over and you want to hit it again. But this little thing is like the carb cap. When you leave it closed, it has a little, like a little hole, a little gap for air to come through. So you can just kind of use your finger as a carb cap and kind of direct the airflow and the smoke, if you know what I'm saying. What else do I need to cover with this thing? So this is the actual device itself. You can see I pull it out and it's like this little rubber thing. This makes it super easy to clean it because you are going to have to clean this just like any piece or anything that you're going to be smoking out of. Reclaim will build up, so to clean this thing it's really easy. You just pull this thing out, remove it. You can soak this in your cleaning solution, whether that's Zep, alcohol, whatever it may be. This thing is going to be a little more tedious because you're still dealing with an electronic, so you got to be careful with it. Puffco does have these really nice videos that they have on their YouTube that can show you how to clean it. I'm not going to go into all the detail on that, but you just pretty much take out the atomizer, soak it in alcohol, take some Q-tips with alcohol and clean all the residue off where it needs to be, let it dry, and then it's going to be good as new. I just cleaned this thing a few days ago, and I'd say it's looking pretty good. How often you have to clean it is obviously going to depend on how much you use it. Just like with any piece, if you're smoking out of it a whole bunch, then it's going to build up quicker. But since I've owned this thing, I've had to clean it probably 4 or 5 times, and that's dabbing out of it probably maybe a couple times a week, or maybe a few times a month on like months where I'm maybe not smoking it as much. But my girl actually smokes this thing way more than me. She likes to dab a lot, so she'll pull this thing out, load up a dab, and you know, it's just the convenience of not having to pull out a whole torch and a banger and heat it up, you know. I feel like Puffco at this point has become like the Apple of like smoking products, you know. It's super modern looking, they have really good customer service, and you know, it's a little expensive, don't get me wrong, like 200 something bucks is, you know, that's a good amount of money, but you're getting a really nice product, and it's made by people who truly care. And a lot of the people that do work from Puffco, from what I've seen, are actual hash smokers, so, you know, they're going to be innovative, and, you know, it's not just like some Chad business dude who's never smoked before. Like, these are actual stoners who make the product, so I think that's cool. And I did mention their customer service. That's one thing I noticed that they are very on top of, and they are very good at. I did have an issue with one of my Puffcos. I had the desert one, I believe, and what happened with that Puffco is it randomly stopped working. I don't really know why, but I just went to charge it one day and it was completely dead. No matter how many buttons I pressed, just wouldn't work. So they went ahead and sent me another one. I do know that if you have issues with it, they are on top of it with their support. They have a whole dedicated support team on Instagram, email. You reach out to them and they will make sure that, you know, you're covered, whether it's sending in your Puffco and they fix it and send it back to you, or they'll just send you a brand new one. So I really like that on the rare occasion, if something, you know, bad does happen, they got you covered. I think that's everything about the Puffco. That's my take on it. If you're a dabber and you can appreciate the portability and just the taste and overall good device, I would say it's definitely a good investment. You know, it is expensive, that's the only like downside, but then again, you kind of get what you pay for. You're getting a really nice product, so, you know, it is what it is. I forgot to Q-tip it, so I'm just reheating it and smoking a little leftover residue in here. It actually still tastes good. That's the funny part. Some really good rosin. The fact that it still tastes good. I'm not getting that much right now. And I think that's going to be it for this video. Big thank you to the homie Jake, actually, for getting me in touch with Puffco and having them send this over. Again, it's not a sponsored video. It's just something where my friend Jake knows someone at Puffco, so he was able to talk to them and have them send this over. So big thank you to Jake for that. But hey, Puffco, keep doing your thing. I'm a big fan. It'd be really cool to get the Peak Pro. I have hit one. It was from a friend's, but it's not like I actually have one. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you maybe learned something, and if you were on edge about getting one, I hope I helped you make the right decision, whether you want to get one or not, you know, because it's all really depending on the smoker, you know. Are you a dabber, and is this something you would think you would use? But hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe go check out some of the other videos. OG out. Peace.